enjoy the ride with Crystal Petrie. Consulting, so inspiring.
Hello, my name is Crystal Petrie, and you are watching the Crystal Petrie Consulting Network. Today, I am going to give a review of the latest This Is Us episode. We are on Season 6, Episode 6. And if you don't know, This Is Us is saying goodbye to all of us, especially me. They're saying goodbye. This is going to be their final season on NBC. Before I get into this review, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you will know when the next time I put up another review of our favorite series on NBC. This Is Us. Now, let's get to it. This is Season 6, Episode 6, entitled The Island Girl. And this episode, for the most part, was all about Beth. Bethany. Beth. And I loved it. I loved it. We really had a chance to see who Beth is outside of being Randall's wife and outside of being a mother. We were able to see the passionate side of Beth. We were also able to see the scared little girl of Beth. And it was wonderful writing that allowed us to take a glimpse inside of Beth. Beth used to be a dancer, and she danced her entire childhood. And according to her father, in the story that was told, Beth actually started dancing before she even walked. And she continued to dance and continued to dance. And in this episode, we find Beth as the head of new recruitment and development at a very upscale ballet in Philadelphia. She is able to pick out 15 students who look like the community. It's always good when you can see color and diversity in ballet. It's always good. She had boys, she had girls, she had African American, she had Caucasian, she had Hispanic. She had them all. And it was a beautiful sight to behold. And Beth was especially attached to one of her students named Stacy. Stacy loved dance. She craved it. She breathed it. But her father wanted her to be a lawyer. And that sounded very familiar to Beth. Because when Beth was younger, she loved to dance. She craved it. She breathed it. But her mother wanted her to be a teacher. So Beth really gravitated towards Stacy. And throughout the episode and throughout this series, we can see Beth's love of dance coming back little bit by little bit, but coming back. And when Stacy finally made her debut on the ballet stage, she was beautiful. She was elegant. Her lines were long. And then she fell. And she cried. And she stayed on the stage. And Beth came and sat on that stage with Stacy in front of the audience and talked to her and encouraged her and said that no matter what you decide, if you decide to stay here on this floor, I'm going to stay here on this floor. If you decide to get up and start all over again, I'm going to stay here with you. I want you to know that you are not alone. And with that speech, Stacy stood up and she danced and she did not stop. And it was in that moment that I thought, Beth is who we all need. Beth is who we need when life knocks us down. Beth is who we need when life makes us want to give up. Beth is who we need when life makes us cry and when life embarrasses us. Beth is who I need. Beth is who you need. Everyone needs a Beth in their life because life is hard. I don't care what people say and what you think. Life is hard. And we all need someone that's willing to sit with us when we're crying and when we want to give up. And we all need someone who's willing to stand with us when we want to try it all over again. From Beth to Kate and Kevin, we see this complex, confusing relationship between Kevin and Kate's friends. So Kevin married Kate's best friend Sarah when they were fairly young, like 20, 21 maybe. And he cheated on her. So that put Kate in a weird situation because Kevin is her brother and Sarah was her absolute best friend. Now, fast forward several years. We have Kevin and Kate in a similar predicament. This time, Kevin has gotten Kate's best friend pregnant. She has twins. You know the story. And now Kevin and the friend are arguing. And it puts Kate in the same predicament. You know, when it comes to siblings or brothers and sisters and brothers dating the sister's best friends, there is never a good ending to that. Someone somewhere is always going to get hurt. Someone somewhere is always going to be left out. Someone somewhere is always going to feel like you chose them over me. It's never a good situation. And I really felt bad for Kate because she was always in this situation, having to choose between her brother and her best friend. It's just never a good situation. And I would frankly like for Kevin to stop putting Kate in these situations. There's plenty of women. Pick somebody else other than Kate's best friend, will ya? I mean, I'm just asking. Kevin. Pick someone else other than Kate's best friend. And then we don't have this situation. We don't have this situation at all. Now, from Kevin and Kate to a young Rebecca and a young Miguel. Before they started dating, before they got married, a young Rebecca and a young Miguel were dating other people, just trying to test the waters, if you will. And a young Rebecca and a young Miguel put each other in the friend zone. And you can tell, and this part is so funny, you can tell by their demeanor and their expressions that neither one of them want to be in the friend zone. They both want to be with each other, but I guess they don't know how to do that. You know? So they're in the friend zone and they don't like it. But we know how the story ends. But we just need to find out, how do a young Rebecca and a young Miguel go from friend zone to married? That's the storyline that we are missing, and I'm sure the storyline that This Is Us writers are going to give us. When I watch This Is Us and I think about this is the last season, it makes me sad because this space that This Is Us is filling, not just on TV, but in my life and in your life. The stories that they're telling, the emotions that they are conveying, how they are really showing us, how they are really showing our emotions and our insecurities will be missed. That's the space that I'm going to miss the most. That's the writing that I'm going to miss the most when This Is Us says its final goodbye in its final chapter. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel right now so you will know the next time I put up a review for This Is Us. Also, join in on the conversation. Let me know, what did you think about the episode entitled The Island Girl? Were you a dancer? Were you a brother that put your sister in a bad situation? I want to hear all about it. And don't forget, give me a thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you next time.
So it's